Good afternoon, and welcome to Hello, It's Us, Perspectives on Inclusion. Hello, It's Us is dedicated to educating the general public about issues that are important to the disability community. But especially today, as we're filming live, we hope you'll really understand that those same issues are important to people in the general public, because people with disabilities certainly are a part of the larger community. Hello, It's Us is brought to you through a collaboration between the University of Iowa Center for Disabilities and Development, our really good friends here at Uptown Bill's Coffee Shop, and the good people at Public Access TV who have supported us for many, many years. My name is Mike Honig. I am a program coordinator at the University of Iowa Center for Disabilities and Development, and I am one of the co-hosts for Hello, It's Us. Keith?
My name is Keith Ruff. I used to work at Independent Living, and I'm retired now, writing a book inconsistently.
You're writing a book in what?
Advocating for disability rights wherever and whenever I can.
Great. Well, we are, this is now our second opportunity for those of you that are seeing this a week later on Public Access TV or on YouTube. This is our second in a little two-part series here. This is Keith and my first go-round at filming live, and we are live at Uptown Bill's Coffee Shop celebrating Bill Sackter's birthday bash. For those that did not have a chance to tune in the first time, Bill was the subject of a couple of movies, including Bill and A Friend Indeed, right?
Yeah.
And he was had moved from an institution in Minnesota to Iowa City with some support from some faculty members up there. Ultimately, it was determined that they were trying to figure out what job would work for him, and he ran a coffee shop and in the School of Social Work. That is called Wild Bill's and is still alive and well. This is its crosstown cousin, as Tom Gilson and the manager called it earlier. We are at the corner of Dubuque and Lafayette, I guess, is the closest street at 730 South Dubuque. The party is going all afternoon and into the evening. There's music, there's cake, there's good camaraderie, balloons out. It's a festive atmosphere down here. So I hope many of you who are watching live will come down and join the fun. So during this second half, we're going to do something again that's new for us. And we're going to have guests come up and talk with us either about things that are going on in the community, things that pertain to Bill, if people want to just share their personal reflections about why they're here and why this is important. Keith and I will never run out of things to talk about, but we would really like to hear the voices of those who are here, and we've identified 3 of those voices to get us started. So, and I'm sorry, you will have to introduce yourself because we didn't ask names before the start, but we have 3 groups that we're going to start out with. One is the League of Women Voters, one is the River Run, and one is Expressive Arts. And because I have a streak of organization in me, and I love acronyms, we put them in order in that on purpose, because that's with the acronym will now be LRE, or Least Restrictive Environment. So we think, considering that this is a celebration of Bill Sackter and his life, that's very, very apropos. So please go ahead and introduce yourself and talk to us a little bit about the League of Women Voters and your voter registration initiative.
Yes, my name is Colette Broderson, and I'm a member of the Johnson County League of Women Voters. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan group that anyone can join. And basically what we are encouraging is informed and active participation of all citizens who are able to vote in our government and in our elections. If you are a U.S. citizen and you are 18 years of age, you are able to register to vote and to participate in our elections. Reasons to participate is that your vote is your voice. And if you don't vote, others will make decisions for you. We have 2 elections coming up this year. The first one will be on June 5th, and that is a primary election. Later in the year, we have the general election, and that will be November 6th of 2018, that will be coming up. In our district, we will be voting for the governor of the state of Iowa. For people who are in Coralville and other areas, you will also be voting for a state senator and the Johnson County Board of Supervisors. So all tremendously significant decision-making bodies within our state. We are over in the corner. We're encouraging people to, if you haven't registered to vote, please come visit us. We'll get you registered. It's very easy to do. And for anyone who you know who is not registered, please ask them to get registered and to participate.
And correct before you leave, could you explain to the audience very briefly how many different ways a person with a disability can vote?
Yes, you can vote by absentee ballot. You fill out a request for the absentee ballot, and that ballot will be sent to you, and you have to mail it back, and there are deadlines to do that, so it's good to check on that. Secondly, you can just go down to the Johnson County Administration Office, and I believe that you can start to do that for the primary election as early as May 7th. So pretty quickly, and they will help you to complete the voter process. Or you can show up at your precinct poll on election day to vote. Those, I believe, are the 3 ways that we are able to vote.
Do you know, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, so again, live TV, if you don't know the answer to that.
Someone can help me.
Someone can help you. But I am a big fan of using the accessible, I don't know what I'm from another county, but we in the county where I live use something called the AutoMark, which is a audio, provides audio feedback so that I am able to mark out my ballot independently. And I know that in the Johnson County and the general elections on election day, you'll be able to, I assume you have those set up. But do you know if people wanted to come down to you said to the courthouse, is that where, to vote
The
early?
Johnson County Administration
Building. Do you know?
Right.
Do you know if they would?
No,
have,
I don't. I
Okay.
don't know that. Someone will need to help me.
Any other League of Women Voters people or anybody from the auditor's office by chance here that can help us? Wanting to know if, they have the accessible voting machines within each precinct now that allows a person that's either blind or may have a reading disability that can actually use the audio output to mark the ballot, a ballot marking device. And my question was whether there would be access to that device at the administration building for early voting.
Why don't you come up here?
Okay, I'm going to excuse
don't
myself.
vote.
Everyone, please register to vote and vote in our elections. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Now,
No, I think do we have someone coming up from, someone else from the lake? They didn't know. So those people who, if you are a user of that type of equipment, my advice would be to contact the Johnson County Administration Building in advance, just to make sure that that's set up. Knowing how progressive and supportive the auditor's office is in this county, I would guess that the answer is yes, but I certainly don't want to commit them to that. So, all right. Well, thank you.
And-
Oh, go ahead.
and do it as quickly as possible because it may take some time to set it up.
Yeah. And I was going to ask one of the I had one more question. You can maybe just shout out, and we'll say what the response was. But I'd like to get the response from one of the League of Women Voters on what would you say to somebody that says, well, I'm only one person. My vote really doesn't make that much difference, so I think I'll just stay home and not vote.
But in a democracy, every voice matters.
I think everybody heard that. In a democracy, every voice matters. And yay.
All right. Now we got people from River Run. Come up.
come on up.
Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Mark Conway. I'm from the University of Iowa. I represent River Run organization. We are a 5K run, walk, and wheelchair race that takes place in Iowa City and Coralville this year. And all the proceeds from our race will go directly to funding Uptown Bills and the Extend the Dream Foundation.
Great.
When is the run?
When is the run?
The run is taking place April 29th, so 2 Saturdays from now plus 1 day, then Sunday, last Sunday of April.
Okay. And what do people need to do if they are? Is there still time for people that want to sign up to do that?
Yep, registration is still open. If you just look up River Run online, it should appear quickly. Registration is closing soon, so I'd recommend if you're interested to quickly sign up as soon as possible.
And if people don't want to get out and, you know, the elements as such as they are today, is there still a way to do like online contributions or?
Of course, since our proceeds go towards Uptown Bills, I'd encourage any donations towards Uptown Bills and the Extend the Dream Foundation. Also, if you just want to cheer on the runners, the race starts at Northwest Junior High in Coralville, and this year we're ending at Kinnick Stadium. So if you just like to show up to Kinnick Stadium near the Nile statue, a bunch of runners should be congregating there, and there's a great place to take pictures and just relax with all the runners.
Nice, and hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer by
Oh,
then.
I hope so.
And tell us again what time does the run start?
So the 5K race that we are hosting will start at 9 o'clock in the morning. This year we're also teamed up with Crandic, so that stands for Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, a group that also hosts lots of activities and is trying to merge the two cities. They're hosting a marathon and half marathon that will go all the way from Cedar Rapids to Iowa City.
geez.
So
Wow.
our 5K will join in with those two races, and all the runners will finish at Kinnick Stadium.
Will the proceeds from that go to Uptown Bills and Extend the Dream too, or is that a Cedar Rapids?
Their funds are separate from ours, but their runners are also collaborating with our 5K, so there should be a large amount of runners donating.
Wow, nice. Any other questions, Keith, for Mark?
No.
Any other things that people should know about the run? And
Just that registration is closing soon, and I hope everybody has a chance to sign up. If not, go on, cheer on the runners. It should be a great event for a great cause.
thank you. And are you the coordinator? Are you a runner or both?
I'm a co-race director along with Justin, who's also a co-race director.
Nice.
Thank
You very much
Mark.
for doing that and for coming up to talk to us.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we have Taylor. I think Taylor may have been a guest before. The same very Taylor?
The same Barry Taylor.
All right.
Okay.
Come on up.
There we
And go
go.
ahead. Yep, thanks. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about expressive arts.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Mike and Keith. It's great to be here. I did not expect to be up here, but thank you. Yeah, Expressive Arts is a program that, so I guess to start out, I'm with Access to Independence. We're a center for
Yay.
independent living in the area. And so I go and do every Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, an Expressive Arts group, which is it's a peer group here at Uptown Bills. And really, people just get together, they talk, they hang out, and there's an art project involved. So it's a great way for people to catch up, just kind of enjoy themselves and have something that they can be creative with or try new things.
Great. So could you give us just a couple of examples of what
Yeah.
art projects that you've done? And
Of course, yeah. So the last project that we did was we made, and this was actually a suggestion by one of our participants, was we made birds' nests. So they were, it was shredded paper with some Mod Podge and You know, just some creativity in the mix, and part of it's just kind of, you know, figuring out how to do the project and just kind of enjoying it along the way. I mean, art is something that it's just fun to do. It doesn't have to be focused on the end result. It can just be, you know, part of that. The journey's what's the important part.
Absolutely. And tell us, it's the first Tuesday, did you say?
Yeah, so it's the first Tuesday of every month, from 4:30 to 6, and Tom is bringing up the Thanksgiving turkey. This turkey's been fought over apparently for a couple years now. Is that right, Tom?
Yeah, that was a nice bowling pin, basically.
Yeah, a prize bowling pin. Yeah. So my the person who was doing it before me did this project of a of a turkey bowling pin, and it's been the subject of a struggle for the prize bowling pin ever since. So we like to do all kinds of different projects, and you know, I hear when people say, "Oh, I'm not creative," and then they come to the events, and we try to do all kinds of different stuff. So people pick things or find activities that they can be creative, or they feel they can be creative with. So
Do people have to sign up, or can they just show up, or what?
yeah, I mean, you can definitely let me know through our website, or you know, you can definitely show up. I try to bring, you know, a good amount of supplies, and that's another thing. Supplies are included, so it is a free event.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can really just show up, and that's a-okay. I'm a pretty laid back coordinator for this, so it's always good to see new faces and to get people involved. So yeah.
And there's always something going on in the evenings, or usually here. So I know that when I was at a meeting with you, Taylor, I don't know, whenever, 6 weeks, a month or 6 weeks ago,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
said one time you came to something and it sounded like so much fun, you just kept hanging out. So, you know,
Yeah.
those people who might come here for the art project may end up deciding that, gosh, there's something else going on. I mean, this is just, there's so much going on here at Uptown Bills, so.
Oh yeah, Uptown Bills is wonderful. You never know what's going on, or you know, if you keep a good eye on the calendar, there's always something for everyone. So it's a wonderful place.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right.
Bill, we have one more individual.
Oh, good. I think you called me Bill. Hi, no.
I'm Dana.
Dana.
Hi, Dana.
I'm Mike, and this is Keith.
Yeah, I'm Dana Conklin, and just wanted to share a little bit about how we got to be here. I graduated from the University of Iowa School of Social Work, which is in North Hall, and I was in there when I was starting my program, and I thought, wow, look at this Wild Bill's Coffee Shop, and what if that's all about? So I wandered in there, and it was interesting because very laid back, accepting atmosphere, and I noticed that there were people behind the counter coming and going who appeared to be special needs people, and everybody was just accepting, and hey, they work here and they're doing this and that. And I've got a sensitivity to that because my son is a special needs person, and so I thought, wow, look at this, they're out in the community, they're working, this is an accepting environment. So I was really excited about that, and one of my classes was with Tom Walls.
Oh,
And so that was interesting because Tom was the head of the social work school when Bill was coming around, and they were trying to figure out what sort of job to fit him into. And so Tom Walls talked a little bit about Bill and kind of got us interested in that. And one of the projects that I did as part of my social work program is I worked at the original Uptown Bills location when it had little shops. It had a bookshop and a furniture shop and a graphic shop, and then downstairs there was a little shop run by a refugee from Africa, one of the African countries, and he had clothing and other items from his country that he was selling. So I volunteered there as part of my social work program and learned about what was happening there. So little bits and pieces, and then let's see, and then as we were driving through Iowa City a few years ago, I said, hey, I wonder if Uptown Bill's is still, oh, look, it's gone. I wonder where it is. And so we found out it was here, and we stopped, and we've been coming ever since. One of we have some friends who have the band Pennies on the Rail.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're from Washington. They've played in Washington, and we found out they're playing here. So we just started coming, and my wife learned about Bill's story, and so today we're here with my wife and my son, and we're having a great time.
That's a great story. And thank you for sharing it.
Sure.
I guess one of the things that you're sharing tells me is just how many ways that Bill's touches your life. So, the music connection, the special needs connection, just meeting friends, and the fact that all those years later, that was one of the things you sought out when you came back to Iowa City was Bill's, Uptown Bill's. That's a neat story. I think that's a testament to this group and what they're doing here.
Yes, very nice. We really enjoy the project here.
Have any questions for Andy?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Anyone else daring to?
No.
See, we're pretty laid back.
We're very close to the end anyway.
Yeah, we are. We've got a little time. So, I guess this is a good opportunity, Keith, and then
Yes.
please let me know if somebody does decide to come up. But this
Okay.
is a good opportunity for us to update people on a couple things, because those of us that have been around Bill's for a while, I guess I should distinguish it by Uptown Bill's, but knows that they have been very active in helping us to celebrate the Americans with Disabilities Act anniversary celebration.
Yes.
And Tom has served in a variety of capacities on that committee, and including hosting us. So, and Keith has served as chair of that committee for a long time. And this year we have a bit of a challenge. We've been hosting it out on the Ped Mall. And for those of you who live in Iowa City know that a lot of construction's going on there. So that's going to be a little difficult. We're not going to be able to do it there this year. So, Keith, do you have, I think the last I've heard that we're still looking for a location for the celebration this year. Is that correct?
Well, the last time I heard was that City Hall is willing
Okay.
to block or two on the street so we can do it there.
Okay.
They haven't decided what street yet,
That's wonderful. So,
and we're still deciding the date because the original date we picked right by will be here.
well, that's a problem. I don't think we're going to do it that day. Oh, dear. So we'll just have to, yeah. So that's exciting. And one of the other exciting things about that ADA celebration planning is what an open process it is.
Yeah.
We've typically have been meeting here for the past, how many years, Keith?
3 or 4 or
Right.
even 5.
And so if people have input or are interested in becoming a part of that, certainly let one of us know or let Tom know. We're starting to meet, that's the one thing that's helping remind me that spring is really coming someday.
30 seconds.
So, oh, really? The other thing that I'd like just to announce real quickly is that for pretty much the month of May, we will be hosting at the Center for Disabilities and Development 2 fellows that are focusing on employment issues. They are coming from the country of Tanzania. We're thrilled to have them, and we're my good friend and colleague Derek has been, and other folks have been working really hard to plan the schedule. But again, see me afterward if there might be an opportunity that you would like to meet with them sometime here in Iowa City. So with that, I want to thank everybody for
Yes.
being here, for those of you who participated. For those of you who didn't participate, I had these fears that it was going to be loud and it was going to be tough to do this show. You've been a wonderful audience. So
Yeah.
thanks all of you. Thanks to Uptown Bills for hosting us, to PATV for allowing us to do the show here, and also to all of you out there in YouTube and TV land for watching.
Have a good day.